What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Just Chuckin, the daily live show. Not daily, but Monday through Friday. Kyle Just Bets is back with us today. Kyle, how you feeling? You digging this NBA slate or what?
I'm still digging into it. I'm liking it off first glance, but we'll see. Yesterday I was iffy. Yesterday's slate looked good off first glance, and then I got into it and I was like, I don't like this that much. Hopefully today turns out a little bit better.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I'm just picking teams that I'm just not betting on, like I was saying, and I think the teams that I am betting on, I feel like I have a good feel for, and just injury news and kind of rotations. That's really all you can do at this point, and just kind of some play styles. But we're at the point of the year where it's going to start getting weird with those bottom of the barrel teams. So that being said, we're going to dive right in. First of all, I guess before we dive in, we're not diving in right away, but let me give my ProphetX spiel. Download ProphetX, guys. There's no house, there's no vig, there's no house that you're playing against. You're playing against other people, so the lines are always going to be better naturally. Only thing we need is more people on the app to increase liquidity. As you can see right here, you can look at, let's say, Celtics Pistons. Here's the liquidity. That's how much you can bet on each side. And you're going to get better odds. It's just going to happen with the way that it works. Detroit's best odds right now are plus 160. You can get plus 168 right here, or plus 164, or plus 162, whichever one you want to fill, and kind of take your step that way. So again, you could find a ton of value here, especially if you're doing sides and totals. What's up, bro? And let's just dive right into it. We'll talk Trailblazers and Wizards. Now the props have some liquidity issues right now, which we need more people to get on. I'm looking for Klingen's rebounds. Have you looked into this game at all? I was tempted to play Klingen's rebounds at 10.5. I don't like anything else on the Wizard side at all. Or are you just staying away from this game as a whole?
Uh, I I don't hate this game. One prop I was looking at, I'm trying to just pull up the data again real quick, was Denny. I His assists this morning were juiced. They were pretty much 4.5 everywhere I looked. In one spot they were 3.5, but it was pretty juiced up there. This is a good assist matchup for him. He's been dishing. Wizards just let up a ton of assists at the rim, and that's where he's been getting quite a few of his. And I know without Aiton, that's just even better for him. I think it's a pretty good hit right there. So I might take that 3.5 and parlay it with something. We'll see. I like that line a lot, but that was about it. This is a gross game overall.
Yeah, it is a disgusting game. I was looking at some unders possibly because I do think we are in blowout central, especially with some of these teams that want to win, some of these teams that want to lose. I think the Hornets, I think they became the first team to lose like by the largest margins of 4 straight games or something like that. Did you see that stat or whatever it was?
I haven't, but I believe it. That sounds about right.
They are just getting absolutely destroyed by everybody. And I mean, it's Cooper Flag tank season. It is what it is. It's not even March yet, but we are officially there. Again, I don't love this game at all. I do think I lean the Trailblazers. It's 6.5 everywhere, open to 5.5, just because the Wizards are. I don't see any reason why the Wizards would want to win this game, nor do I see them winning this game in general. What if I can get some 5.5 lines here? You can get 5.5 minus 125 on ProphetX, and that's definitely a decent lean for me. The Trailblazers, they're kind of a tough out. They're not like an easy, even with Aiton out. Sometimes they play better without him anyway. But they have their core guys. Their bench is actually decently deep. Shaden Sharp comes off there. They got like Scoot Henderson. They got a lot of guys who can kind of make plays and show out every now and then. So their roster's deep for me. Whereas the Wizards, I think, is just kind of like new pieces since Kuzma left, and they're just running a bunch of young guys out there. So I do like the Trailblazers on the road. And going to the Celtics and Pistons, the Pistons kind of I think they gave the Celtics a little bit of trouble last time they played. I don't know why this line is so short. It's 4.5, and it looks like they're gonna start everybody. Like, you know me, healthy Celtics teams won't beat the Pistons by 5. I'm very high in the Pistons too. I was a Pistons truther. You could ask some of our friends in the space where I wanted them to bet them to make the playoffs, and then when they lost Jaden Ivey, I kind of hopped off that. But they've shown that they can compete. But I don't think a 5-point game is in the cards here. What are your thoughts?
I don't know. See, this is the first one I looked at this morning, and I was like, I could see the Celtics sitting some players tonight. I'm just looking now. Jaylen Brown questionable, Kristaps questionable, Al Horford not on the injury report, Cornette ruled out, Sam Hauser questionable. This feels like a type of game where Brown probably sits out. Someone probably sits. A
Well,
lot of these guys
they
played
just
30
sat
plus last night.
Porzingis and Drew yesterday. So I
Yep.
think they play today, but you're probably right. They sat them probably sitting Jalen today.
Yeah, that's what I would figure. I figured Jalen's probably the most likely to sit. I could even see Tatum. I don't see him on the injury report or anything, but I think if there's a game to sit him, it's now. Um, I don't know though. I think that's why you're seeing that spread of 5 because I think it's more than likely someone sits. Celtics are in a good position. They could beat the Pistons without Brown, Tatum, one of the two.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
looking right now. They do play Cleveland on Friday.
so that would make sense. That's a
Yeah.
game they want everyone for sure.
Yeah, and that'd be 3 games in 4 nights because it'd be yesterday, today. Was today Wednesday? Yesterday, today, and then break, and then Friday. Yeah, if there's gonna sit anybody, I think Tatum's kind of on a mission this year to play like every game. So I really don't think they sit Tatum, but I do think I think Brown probably sits. Um, but if he doesn't sit, that line should skyrocket up. I think even if he does sit, I think as long as they have like everybody but Jalen Brown and Porzingis still plays, I think I'm gonna have to take that 4.5.
I like it. I mean, hard to fade the Celtics against the Pistons. That you see that line. I'm sure a lot of people hammered that this morning.
I
I'm
agree.
surprised it
Hey,
hasn't
listen,
moved.
I'm a Pistons truther. I just said that. I think Cade Cunningham's one of the best players in the league. Malik Beasley off the bench has been absolutely phenomenal. I wish he had that for the Lakers last year. And he was good on the Bucks too, but he's really found himself there. I don't think Jalen Duren can guard Porzingis. I think that's where they're going to get cooked because they don't have a big they can stretch out there. Even Isaiah Stewart, like they're not really,
No.
you know.
What happened with Porzingis last night? I saw a bunch of people kind of confused on that. I know
It
he
said
was supposed
illness
to
like
play.
last second.
Yeah, he was like good in warm-ups and then just didn't play.
Yeah, well, I think that was I think with the illness is bullshit. It's flu season. All right? Everyone's got a cold. I
Yeah.
think that's they probably just knew he was sitting for that reason. I see someone just got off the injury report. That was only 2 here. There were just 3, I could have sworn. Now there's only 2. Was it Drew Holiday? Oh, he's available. So Drew Holiday is playing. I think you're
Yeah,
right. I think it's Brown.
and we'll see Porzingis. I could see him sitting out too if it's as bad as they say. I
Yeah, but
actually like
I don't
him.
think he would have been in shoot around yesterday if it was as bad as he said.
Yeah, that's true.
You know?
I actually like on the Pistons side, I like Cade Cunningham today, just looking at it off first glance. His RA is kind of intriguing. I'm seeing
His RA was 12.5. I remember the last time they played like 2 months ago. I
yeah,
remember I was sweating that out with he had like 3 at half and ended up with like 18. So
yep. Yeah, he's gone over 3 against them this year. It's 14.5 right now.
yeah, I
But
looked
then
at the line this
he's
morning.
over in 5 straight at home, 68% on the year. So Celtics are one of those teams where let's see, like quickly just had 13 last night.
What's
Maxey had 12
what's Cade's
recently.
just rebounds?
Uh, 6.5,
That's
five
high.
and 5.5 some places.
Yeah, it's juice because I know why. If I were to watch it back, which I probably will if I was to play that, it's probably because Duren gets drawn out to Kristaps, and it's Cade's probably just crashing the boards. Tim Hardaway is not going to give you a bunch of boards. It could be a Tobias Harris, a sneaky look play. What did Tobias Harris do against the Celtics?
Let's see. Cade rebounds actually looks real good. Tobias. Oh, geez. He's played the Celtics his whole life.
I see 8 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 rebounds, 2 assists, and then 11 and 3. So 2 games with decent. I'm actually going to look into this a little more while we're on the show real quick. Where's the Pistons? Oh, you want Pistons versus Boston Celtics. All right, so rebound chances, Duren still is 15. Tobias Harris, 14.7 per game through the 3 games. And then Cade Cunningham, 13.3. But I don't know which game Jalen Duren didn't play. I'm going to see if Cade's rebounds were, or Tobias' rebounds were worse or not. So on 12-4, who played? Jalen Duren played. They all played. Cade Cunningham led the team in rebounds.
Yeah, it's a good rebound matchup for him. I'm looking right now. Celtics have been a pretty poor 3-point rebounding team all year. They let up a ton of those because ultimately they take a ton of 3-point shots. I think they lead the league. And let's see, Cade. Yeah, Cade doesn't. He almost splits his rebounds, 2-point, 3-point, at least lately. But I know all year he's kind of been a 3-point machine because he kind of camps out at there too, taking his shots. So he's over. If it's in 5.5 some places, I mean, he's over ton of games.
Yeah, he's probably on triple double watch.
Yeah, he's gone over 5 straight against the Celtics. He had 9 and 8 last 2 games. I mean, just his last game, he had 9 rebounds.
Yeah, on 15 chances too.
Yeah, 10 and 9 his last 2 home games. So
I'm looking at the 2 games that Jalen Duren started, and yeah, Tobias Harris had 3 rebounds on 12, and then also 11 on 20 in both games Jalen Duren played. And then Cade had 9 on 15 and 6 on 15. So he's had 15 in both games that Jalen Duren played.
it's solid.
I guess it helps his assists too. We can see what how many assists did he have as well?
Let's see. He had 8 last game against them, 14 the game before.
He's averaging 17 a game potentials versus them.
Yep. He had this year he's had 15, 20, and 16 potentials against them.
Yeah. Do you know which game was the game Jalen Duren didn't play? The one on October 26th, Duren played.
That was the only one he played?
No, he played 2. He played 10-26 and then I think 12-4.
Okay, so he hasn't played the most recent one because they played again on December 12th.
Okay. Did Cade average more potentials did he have more potentials in that game that he was out or more that he was in?
No, he had 16 that game. He had 20 the game before on the 4th with Duren in there. He only finished with 8 assists in the game when Duren was out.
Yeah, I think I like it more with Jalen Duren in. There was one game I'm telling you where he did not. Oh, that's what happened. He had 2. This is the game I betted on. He got 2 fouls in the first 3 minutes. And then I think he did something. Did he get taken out of the game? I think he has third foul super early in the second, maybe. I really don't remember. I remember sweating this out so much. He ended up with like literally 18 because he literally has like 0 right now. He had an assist here. He literally had like 1 or 2. And then I think if I show you the third, you're gonna see his a defensive rebound, assist, rebound, assist. I think the fourth quarter he absolutely spazzed. So this game is close, which I guess they're saying it should be, right? Assist, rebound, rebound. Yeah, he was just going on. I guess what's his points line at too?
Let's see.
Did he just go
Points.
PRA?
28.5 points.
That's high.
Yeah.
That is really high.
I mean, he's been going off, so I see why it's that high, but he hasn't touched that number against Boston.
No.
He got 27 in that one game last time he played him with Duran. So
Yeah, not a high enough total. I think it's 226, which is pretty average total, I guess I'd say, in terms of like the NBA now. You saw like the Grizzlies games like 240s, those are 250s. Those are what you kind of want to target those on. But I think RA is a fantastic spot. I mean, he's going to play a ton of minutes. They're not on a back to back either, which is great news. I think I mean, they got to win all these games. They're not just going to fold over. I might have to add that RA. What's the best line you see?
taking a look.
Yeah, 14 and a half. I see minus 125, Bet365, ESPN Bet, and Hard Rock. Oh, minus 120, DK.
Yeah. I like that a lot. I might take that too.
Yeah, I'm putting that in my notes for sure. I'm going to put that on. I'm also just going to go on ProphetX and see if I can make my own line if it's not here.
Try to get your 12.5.
Over 14 and a half. I'm going to see if I can get minus 115. See if somebody fills that bad boy. And then, yeah, I think that'd be my favorite spot there. I don't know who I'd target if Jaylen Brown is out. The Celtics have too much firepower regardless. I would think Porzingis takes a ton of threes because if they're going to drag Jalen Duren out, I would assume he probably chucks. He had 2 for 7, 3 for 7. Yeah, in both games with the Pistons, he took 7 threes, which I know is 2.5 is plus money here. Or what's Kristaps' points line? He had 19 and 26, 9 and 8 rebounds apiece as well. If Jaylen Brown doesn't play, probably got a 20. There's 20 and a half is his line. Problem is, if you wait for that, the news is probably going to bump up a bit.
100%. I have a weird feeling about Derek White. The only thing I don't like is that he just played almost 40 minutes last night. But he's pretty solid when Jaylen Brown is out, if that happens to be the case. And he's just crushed the Pistons pretty much every game he plays them.
Yeah.
PRA on that looks solid, but his minutes, no rest, are either like high 30s or low 20s. So hard to know.
I think this game just got real interesting for me. I'm not going to lie. I do like a lot of spots. Yeah, Kristaps threes is like minus 105 on. I would never play Kristaps 2.5 at minus, but it's plus 110 some other places. I wonder if you can get stuff here. See if I can request plus 115. See if anyone wants to fill that. Hey, if you guys want to fade in the chat, you guys let us know and go on ProphetX. We can go to Sixers at Knicks. Are you betting anything in this game? Do you think Cat plays?
I don't know. I love this game, and I really want to look into it. And I was looking a little bit earlier because it's a good matchup, and these teams, when these teams match up, it's just always something to watch. Um, from a Knicks side, it's hard because I know Josh Hart's back. What he seems to do, I don't know. So it's tough from like a rebound and assist angle. I see both of his numbers are pretty high, and he's had success against Philly this year, I think in both categories. So I think it's something you got to keep an eye on. If Towns doesn't play, I don't even see, is Achua on that list anywhere? No.
He's playing.
I like Precious if Towns is out. I kind of like Precious regardless. He's been pretty solid for them. And he could even rack up, I think, some assists. I know there's no lines out for him yet, which is a pain. And it probably won't come until there's news, but
yeah,
something to keep an eye on.
I like that look as well.
Um,
Across the board here. That game, Sixers, when they lost by 50 to the Bulls, I added them to my list.
I know.
Weird.
Yeah. I see a lot of people on Tyrese today, and it makes sense with no Embiid. It's also a really good assist matchup for Maxey
Yeah.
against the Knicks. Knicks have just been leaking assists, I think, to point guards in general, and then at the rim in general. That's where they're letting up all their assists. If Town sits, that's even better. I saw it was 6.5 earlier, though, which is like high, but we'll see.
Yeah, I want to bet it. I do. I want to be able to bet that game. There's just nothing that can do. And part of me wants to bet like the Sixers first half because they got absolutely, they got embarrassed by the Chicago Bulls, and Vucevic didn't even start.
Yep.
So I wonder if they come out like super hot. I wonder if the Knicks are looking ahead. I wonder if they're facing anybody on Friday. They're playing the Grizzlies on Friday. It's at a conference game. Not that important.
No, I think this is a game the Knicks need to win. They've been embarrassed too many times by these better teams, and they need to. I'm saying this as a biased Knicks fan, by the way, but I think they need to step it up and just.
They do.
If they're going to be a playoff contender, which on paper they look like one, but when you see them in these big games against the Celtics, the Cavs, anyone else that's clearly going to be someone they could face off against, they haven't stood a chance. So,
No, I absolutely agree. Cade 14.5. I think we're both going to play that later.
yeah, I like that a lot.
Yeah. I don't love a ton of games here. I have 2 plays out already. I kind of like, I'm about to talk about the only other spot I'd probably bet, and it's coming up right here. But there's a high chance I add Cade RA to my card later, if we're being honest. Let's see. Dude, I am literally exhausted today. I don't know what's going on. Can't even hide it. I want to play this. I want your opinion here too, Kyle. I want to play Tyrese Halliburton over 19.5 points. You can get 18.5 points some places too. And also is under assists, which unfortunately have moved since I've been waiting for I don't know why, just scared reasons. But if I get under 9.5 assists, I'd probably still take that too. Because against Toronto, he averages like I think 10 and 12 potentials in both games he's played them. He'd need 10 assists to beat you. But he's taken 16 and like 18 shots. So for me, it's like if he can give me 16 to 18 shots, I'm probably taking over 18.5 points, like 100%. So I want to know your thoughts. Are you a Halliburton fan to start, or are you a Halliburton hater? Because it's pretty. Usually, it's one or the other.
I don't know if I'm one or the other, to be honest. I mean, he's done me wrong so many times that
You're a
like it
hater.
makes
Oh, you
it.
led with that.
But
So
he's also made me money, so I can't be like one way or the other. It is the memories of him making me lose money that stick out more. So I guess you
that's
can qualify me as a hater.
that's usually the
But
case.
yeah, I haven't looked at this game overall. To be honest, I don't like either of these teams. The Raptors just played yesterday. Pacers, I don't know what's going on with them. So I'm looking at it right now. Um, I see what you mean, though. He had 30 points against them last time they played. He's gone under his assists in like 4 straight against them. But he has been dishing it lately. Just had 15 assists last game.
That's what made me worry. And 12 the game before that. But what they
That's tough.
but they play you like kind of like Houston does, where it's kind of just like they don't really double a lot. They on pick and rolls, they're not really jumping. They just kind of stay with their guys. They'll switch, let you go one on one, and it's like that's why he's shooting so much. Because I watch the games, like if Turner's rolling or popping, no one's open. There's it's one on one almost in a half court set.
Right. Yeah, I don't hate it.
I just know if I take him and he goes like 1 for 7 from three, I'm gonna want to jump off my roof. So I'm trying to. I think I missed the bus on the assists. I will say that.
I'm curious just seeing where Toronto's letting up a lot of shots. Uh, Good amount at the rim. How about from 3? Not too bad. They're about middle of the pack everywhere right now. In terms of field goal attempts they're letting up.
Also, if
Rim
I
is
post a comment in here, guys, does this come out as a link? Does this come out as a link or no? That's crazy. I actually sent the comment out from everybody. That's pretty crazy. But anyway, go follow Kyle Just Bets on YouTube. He just made his YouTube, so if you can go follow from there. I don't know how to put a okay, cool. Go subscribe to his YouTube. He just made it. It's literally free. The shows will be also displayed on there. Whoever just subbed, appreciate you. That was cool to see in real time. Um, and he's gonna have more videos and more other stuff. There you go, Chambers 5600. The show will always be sent to the YouTube. We'll have more stuff coming out as well, especially him. So just make sure to hit that sub button. It's free. Um, and while we're at promos right now, get ProphetX so I can get more liquidity in here. I'll fade you on whatever. You like something, you convince me. I may end up just fading you and take the other side. Because why not? Let's all have some fun on ProphetX. You can use code Chucks for my link if you want to support me, or use code KyleJB. And now you could use that one, but if you're a good human, you'll probably use Chucks. I don't really make the rules. Kyle, would you agree with that statement or no?
I mean, I'd have to take the under on that. I don't know. I don't know how I feel. I think we're gonna have a good day. So if you use my code, you might make some money tonight. We'll see.
That's true. I'm sending my link out right there, and I'm sending out Kyle's if you want to wait as well. The first link, use code Chucks. Second one, use code KyleJB. And just get on ProphetX. Let's all make some money. My Bronny James that I talked about yesterday is now officially basically gone. I love these LeBron things too, as they keep clearing out. Oh, someone matched my Porzingis bet. See, look, in real time, I put a Porzingis threes bet or a Porzingis threes play plus 115. It's not even plus money anywhere besides FanDuel, which is even worse. And you could just put it in. Someone may match it. And I just got matched on better odds. I mean, in worst case scenario, I just get the money back if nobody matches it anyway. So again, make sure to just always try that, especially with sides and totals. Just have a day with it. Yeah, I'm gonna think on Halliburton stuff. What are your thoughts on this Oklahoma City game? Are you touching the 17-point spread or are you not?
I haven't looked at this one yet. It'll probably be the last one I look at just because of what you said there. 17.5 point spread. Um, I don't know what the Thunder do here. Do they sit someone? Do they just run up the Brooklyn Nets for 50? This one's tough.
I just want to see a winner right here. Just put $1 on the Thunder money line. There you go.
I like it.
Do you think they sit somebody or no?
I don't know. They ended up sitting Chet, I think, last time, and we talked about that last time.
Yeah, that was a back-to-back though, right?
Yeah. So I see him there in the lineup.
Nobody on the injury report, really.
They might give him his minutes just to kind of keep him fresh. Good matchup for him.
Yeah.
I think SGA's points were pretty high when I saw it this morning, so that's like one thing I was looking at. Just because he might not see a ton of time tonight.
I wonder who they play next.
Yeah, like he only played 28 minutes last time he played them. Scored 27 points.
That's ridiculous.
But his line tonight right now is 30.5. So you can even get 31.5 in some places. So if he plays less than 30 minutes, which is rare.
There's no way this Nets team keeps that competitive. No Claxton either because of those flagrant fouls. No Clowney, no Russell, no Cam Thomas. I mean, they brought in Killian Hayes, who, I mean, he was supposed to be so good on the Pistons, man. I don't know what happened to him, but they're bringing him in for some extended burn. Do you like any of this Clippers Chicago game at all? Or I think these last couple games, besides Spurs Rockets, I just don't like touching these styles here. Maybe I could get behind the Kings prop, but
yeah, the Kings Jazz game is interesting. I'm on DeRozan in that one, and I was torn between a few props in this game. I liked Sabonis assists, pretty juice, but if you look at some of the stats behind there, it's pretty good matchup for him. Ended up going with DeRozan, and I was even torn between just his assists and his points and assists. I see a few people on his RA too, which is, I think, a great spot. But yeah, he's crushed the Jazz for assists, crushed them for points. Big spread. I think it's a 10-point spread tonight, so that's the only thing you got to be careful about. But it is the Kings, so how often they blow people out is here or there. But I like his points and assists right now. I think it was 24.5 where I locked it in. Just an overall good matchup for him. Should get those short range, long mid range shots. And they can obviously just dish it to Sabonis. Levine will probably have a good game from 3 again. So I see a lot of opportunity for him there.
Yeah, I like that a lot. I think this Jazz team, the defense is just non-existent. He's gonna be able to get to wherever he wants, whenever he wants. So yep. I completely agree. Someone said, "What do you think of Trae Young assists?" I know you liked this game last time, right? Didn't you bet Tyler Hero rebounds like a couple days ago in this matchup?
Yeah, same matchup. Tyler Hero got that last rebound with like a minute left, and I was like, I got so lucky, to be honest. I like Trae Young assist in this one. Actually, I was looking at it this morning. I've been thinking about it. It's probably, I haven't checked what the odds are now, but it's probably juiced up, I'm assuming now. It was 10.5 at like pretty decent odds this morning. Yeah, just a good matchup for him. I think he had 13 or something last game. He let up a ton of assists lately, especially to guards. So, I think this is one of those games that Trae Young, they kind of keep that same formula and do it again. So I like it there. If it's still at 10.5, it might be 11.5 some places. I haven't checked.
Was this their last game the Hawks played?
Yep.
Yeah, he had 22 potentials.
Yeah, 14 assists.
Yeah,
and he's gone over
22 potentials is crazy.
It's gone over 4 straight games against them. So
Did someone say before Bam's questionable?
I saw that too,
If
which
Bam
wouldn't
sits,
surprise me. Yeah, game time decision.
yeah, I mean, they need to win every game they can get right now. So I'd be shocked to see him sit.
Yeah, he didn't do shit last game against Atlanta, I don't think. At least from like a rebounding side.
Yeah, but
His
they
rebound.
also they played Monday. They play the Hawks again, Pacers, Knicks. Then it's Wizards, Cavs. They have 4 of these next 5 games are really brutal. I don't think he sits, if we're being honest. Can they afford to have him sit? I don't think
Probably
so.
not. I mean, this is a game they should win. They haven't looked great recently.
What did he do in that game? He had 14, 5, and 1.
Yeah, he
Played
didn't do shit.
37 minutes. Jesus.
The Hawks lock him down every time. They just know the formula to get to him. So I saw his rebound line last game. It was 11 and a half. And I was like, there's no way he gets 11 and a half boards.
That's
But
a
I
high
didn't touch
line.
it. I didn't touch it. And of course, he finished with whatever it was.
5.
5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what are the well, I guess that's why you went on hero rebounds, right? That kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Doing
The way
Bam
they
wasn't
just
gonna
shut
get
him
him.
down.
Let me see. Last game. Yeah, I mean, Ware had 18 chances. Jeez.
Yeah. Ware's been solid.
What's his rebounds line at? 9.5. Yeah, I mean, that's also extremely high. It is what it is. Anything else you're playing? Or is that it?
Let me take a look at these games. I did like Kawhi Leonard assists. I know that's pretty hefty now, but that's a good matchup for him against Chicago. I'd probably even play that up to 3.5. I know I saw some people on that earlier today, and when I looked into it, it's definitely a solid matchup for him. Against the Bulls. The San Antonio Houston game is kind of intriguing because San Antonio just played last night, and that was a tough game they played against the Pelicans. So I'm curious to see how they attack the Rockets tonight. I was trying to look at that game a little bit just to see, no rests without Wemby, who's gonna take charge there, and they're just a 3-headed beast right now. You don't know who's gonna have a good night. Could be Fox, could be Sochin.
Even
Hard to know.
Barnes has been chucking, or Devin Vassell. Yeah, there's a lot.
Yep.
I completely agree. I think they're still trying to find their identity right now. I played Chris Paul under 21.5 PRA. It's down to like 19.5 now. Old man just played like 33 minutes. He ain't gonna go again on a back-to-back that much, and it's just a bad matchup regardless. So
Yeah, I think they got to put it in Fox's hands now and just let him
yeah,
do his thing the rest of the year.
I completely agree. Well, guys, that is it for the show today. I'm gonna be on again with Slop later, probably doing some college basketball stuff. But again, check in every week or every day, Monday through Friday. Get on ProphetX. Let's start making some money again. Put some positions you want, see if it fills. You get better lines no matter what. I'm telling you, I'm not lying. You could check any odds website or tool that you have and compare them, and you will not beat these odds like 95% of the time. That is just the God's honest truth. Catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out and best luck on your bets.